Perfect. So we want to begin every yoga practice setting an intention. Intention is so powerful. It sets things into motion, your subconscious mind, the universal energy, God, source, whatever you like to call your higher power. So just simply by setting your intention, it's very powerful. And if you're not quite sure what specifically your intention is, it can always be just to come back to yourself because life is so crazy busy that it can put us in a primal state. What does a primal state mean? A primal state is where you're functioning from the nervous system response. And that completely changes your energy. Your energy is no longer focused on rest and digest and your body. You're no longer listening to intuition, but you're either in fight or flight or freeze. And the other, it could be fawn. Usually you have two, and usually fight or flight go together, or freeze and fawn. And so you'll notice over your lifetime, your nervous system tends to have sort of a primary and secondary response. And so your intention can be to come back to self, to come back to your powerful state of being. Your powerful state of being is when you're connected to yourself, to your heart, to who you are. In this connection to self, you're connected to your higher self, and your higher self is guiding you through this lifetime. You have all the answers if you can get quiet and listen. And in your powerful state, you're also connected to the higher power, whatever word you like to use. I like to use the energy of creation that flows through all things. It's called by many names. It's life force. And this life force has an intelligence. So which state have you been in? Yoga is a opportunity for us to come home. And that is a powerful intention. And now that you've set your intention for yourself, and it can be something completely different, if that's what you need today, this is your yoga practice. Start to focus in on your breath. So you can start this laying down if you want. I'm in a seated position. Just something about the seated position. I have a bolster underneath me. You can't quite see it. It's cushioned, it's padded. You can use two blocks like this. The idea is to elevate your hips so that you can try to set on your pelvis. We've been talking about this over the last couple weeks and thinking of your pelvis like a triangle, your sits bones and your pubic bone. So for me, that intentionally means bringing the curve into my lower back. I'm arching my back a little bit because my pelvis naturally wants to rock under. So I have to roll forward. So I'm on those 3 points. And once you have your base set, then think about your spine. Okay, just take your awareness to your spine. Imagine first that there's something pulling you through the crown of your head. I like to just visually imagine an invisible thread. It's just lifting the spine. So you're lifting, and in the lifting, you're decompressing each vertebrae, which get compressed over time as we age. So lifting, and then think about the curve, the little arch in your lower back. And then your spine naturally curves back out a little bit between your shoulder blades. And then it curves forward again through the neck. Take your shoulders, roll them forward up towards your ears, behind your back. Slide the shoulder blades down your back, heart open, shoulders open, palms, if it's comfortable, open, facing up. Just rest the back of your hands on your lap. If you really need grounding today, you would put palms down. Okay. So again, it's what you need from your practice. If you want to receive from the universe, you can open your hands to receive. Now, breathing in through your nose, just imagine your breath is a ball of light. So breathing in through your nose, breathe that ball all the way down to your tailbone. As you exhale, imagine your breath or that ball of light moving back up your spine. And you could just imagine it moving all the way out through the top of your head. So as you inhale, bring that ball of light. So it's whatever color you want it to be, down your spine. And as you exhale, just imagine that ball moving back up and out through the top of your head. So this ball is cleansing. I like to visualize white light, pure white light, is that light is coming in and it's cleansing. If you're familiar with the chakras, you have 7 main chakras along your spine. It's cleansing your energy. And exhale, move it back up. So that's how we'll focus on the breath through our yoga practice today. So sitting up nice and tall, let's start with our let's start with neck stretches first. So as you inhale, reach out through the top of your head. As you exhale, let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. Yoga will show you where you've been holding tension in your body. So I want you to be in observing mode. Okay, not comparing, not expectations. You're not telling your body what to do. You're listening to your body. And as the right ear falls towards the right shoulder, your awareness goes to the left side of your neck and notice what you feel. It may come down to your shoulder, it may come down your upper back. Notice where you're feeling tension in your body. We're going to use the breath. Breathe that white light into this part of your body. And as you exhale, use your breath and imagine that the stress and tension is simply breaking up. It's dissolving. As you exhale, you're releasing it into the floor and releasing it down into the earth. Now, don't be afraid to move around in this pose. So as I roll my head forward, I hit a really sore spot. I'm going to pause there at this angle because I just found a pocket of tension in my body. And as you breathe, I want you to visualize what's coming is going. So as you breathe into this awareness of what you're feeling, it's coming up, you're connecting to it using your breath. And as you exhale, you're releasing it into the floor, into the earth, where it's transmuted. It's no longer yours. Think of this as energy, and we're not forcing our body. We're being present with our body, letting your body guide you through your practice. Now let your head roll forward, chin towards your chest. Take some deep breaths. You're sitting up nice and straight. Head is hinged forward. Notice where you're feeling the resistance in your body in this pose. Breathing in that ball of light and guiding it wherever it's needed. Imagine any stress and tension dissolving, melting, draining into the floor, draining into the earth. Now, gently doing some half circles, moving from one side to the other. I'm using very small movements today because that's what I need. But listen to your body. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing your chin back to center as you inhale, gently lifting your head up. As you exhale now, left ear falls towards the left shoulder as we begin to focus on the right side of the neck. Notice what you're feeling and where you're feeling it, and then using your breath to guide energy into that part of your body. Opening and expanding, gently cleansing. As you exhale, imagine any stress and tension draining into the floor and draining into the earth. On your next exhale, let your head gently roll forward. Again, don't be afraid to pause if you find a spot that needs extra attention, and breathe. And if you haven't already done so, let your head roll all the way forward, chin towards your chest. Nice deep breaths. Feel free to do some half circles here. Nice and easy, rolling from one side to the other. Feel free to pause and hold on any particularly tight areas. Inhale, lifting your head. We're going to do an exaggerated yes. So lifting and gazing up. Think about opening through the front side of your neck all the way up under your chin. So reaching your chin towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch through the under part of the chin. And then bring the chin back down to your chest, moving nice and slow at your own pace. Bringing your chin back to parallel, and now slowly moving your head, looking over one shoulder and then looking over the other. Feel free to pause again if there's a tense or tight spot. Breathing in, just connecting with any stress and tension that's being held in the body, using your breath to move that energy. And as a reminder, we can't force our body. We'll get actually the opposite reaction. If you force yourself into a pose or you're trying to force something to release, it doesn't work that way. We're creating an environment that makes it safe for your body to let go. Coming back to neutral. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Think about your base, that triangle. Roll the shoulders forward up towards your ears, slide your shoulders down behind your back. As you inhale, sweep your right arm up. And as you exhale, you're going to lean over to the side. So we're focused on the right side of the body. Inhaling as you come back to center, and we're going to switch hands. Exhaling as you lean over to the right. Feel that gentle stretch through your hip, from your hip, all the way through your fingertips. So moving at your own pace. Think about lengthening and opening your side body. Moving at a pace that feels comfortable for you, or feeling free to pause and hold. Last time, we're going to exhale, bring both hands down by your sides, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweeping both arms up overhead. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the left. So right hand rests on your left thigh, left fingertips are touching the mat behind you. As you inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. As you exhale, gently twist, taking your gaze toward the back shoulder. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. On your next inhale, keep your right hand where it is. Sweep the left arm up overhead. You're going to cross the left arm over, so your arms are crossed. Hold on to your legs or your knees, and then let your head drop. Take some deep breaths and focus between the shoulder blades. This is your heart chakra. Most people refer to or talk about the front of the heart chakra. It goes all the way around you. And this area between the shoulder blades, we carry a lot of stress and tension. And it can be a difficult part of the body to stretch and open. So take some deep breaths, breathing energy, bringing that in between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, imagine that stress and tension leaving the body. As you inhale, bring your arms back down by your side, sitting up nice and tall. Next inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, twisting to the right. So your right hand is on the mat behind you, left hand on your thigh or your knee. Inhale, lengthen out through the top of your head. As you exhale, gently twisting. Gazing toward your back shoulder. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. As you exhale, imagine the stress and tension draining out of your body, draining into the floor. Don't be surprised if you get emotions that arise during yoga class. Most of us have been taught not to share and to stuff our feelings. They get held in the body. On your next inhale, sweep your right arm up and over, crossing it over the left. Grab onto the opposite knee or leg. Hold on nice and tight. Let your head hang, chin towards your chest, and take deep breaths. Focus on the back of the neck, the upper back, between the shoulder blades. Notice where you're feeling tension. Without any judgment, just observe, breathe into it. On your next inhale, release the arms, coming back to neutral. Let's take both hands behind the back. I'm just going to move so you can see me. I hope you can't see on your fingertips. Think about your pyramid base rooting down into the floor and then lengthen through the spine, lengthening up and then opening the heart chakra, the chest, the shoulders, leaning your head back as far as is comfortable for you. Reach your chin towards the ceiling so you get that stretch all the way up underneath your chin. And then deep breaths. As you inhale, start to lift your head first. Bring your head to neutral, then bring your arms forward. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, hinging at the hips, leading with your heart, coming into a forward fold. Okay, keep your spine long and flat. And as you exhale, lead with your heart. So notice what you're feeling here. With a long, flat back, you're probably feeling it in your lower back, maybe your glutes, maybe your hips. So yoga, again, it will show you where you're holding the tension in your body. So without judgment, just observe. Breathe into it. And with each exhale, just checking in to see if there's more available in the pose. So that's what we call our edge, playing the edge. But again, we can't force it. You're just checking in. As your body softens and releases, you may be able to move just a little bit deeper. Now, using your hands, half lift, let's walk over to the right knee, one hand on either side of the knee. Inhale, lengthen. See if you can square your chest over the knee. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, gently folding over the right knee. You can keep your hands where they are, or you can walk your hands away if that feels better. I think I prefer to keep mine back by the knee. I'm more focused on squaring my chest with each inhale, lengthening, and with each exhale, gently leading with the heart. Inhale, half lift. Walk your hands back to the center. We're going to take a big cleansing breath, which is audible. Big inhale through your nose. Big audible exhale. Ah. Actually, the sound of your voice helps you to release stress and tension. So walking over to the left side, one hand on either side of the knee, squaring your chest. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, gently folding. Notice what you're feeling in this pose, breathing into it. Take your attention back to that ball of light. When you breathe it in through the crown of your head, you get to guide it right where it needs to be. As you exhale, imagine that stress breaking up into small pieces, melting, draining into the floor and draining into the earth. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, half lift, walk back to center, big cleansing breath. Good. Use your hands, coming back to neutral. And let's come into tabletop. So hands and knees. We're going to start with cat-cow, but before we begin with the movement, I want you to notice your hands on the mat, all four corners evenly pressing into the yoga mat. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Okay, so you always want to have a good base and a good connection with the earth. As you inhale, take your gaze forward, drop your belly, arch your back. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, bring your chin towards your chest. As you inhale, take your gaze forward, drop your belly, arch your back. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, chin towards your chest, rounding and stretching your spine. Moving at your own pace. And feel free to hold in either one of these poses if that's what you need. Coming back to neutral, we're going to thread the needle and do another stretch between the shoulder blades, the upper back. So starting with your left hand, as you inhale, you're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your left hand, thread it through the needle, come down onto your left shoulder and the left side of your head. You can use your right arm to support your body. There are different options to do in this pose. I prefer to have the support of my right arm. Some teachers will have you can reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can move into a bind. This actually does feel nice today to take my right hand behind my back. So breathing nice and easy. Okay, we've got one viewer commenting that something's getting distorted. If anyone else is experiencing that, let's put a 1 in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to assume that it's maybe your connection, Jim. Now we're going to switch sides. So coming back to all fours. Inhale. Now the right arm reaches up, opening the right side of the body. And as you exhale, thread the right side, the right hand through. Coming down onto the right shoulder, the right side of the head. You can support yourself with your left hand. Breathing into the resistance that you're feeling in your body. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, using your breath. As you inhale, pushing through your left hand, coming back into tabletop. And now let's do a few more cat-cows. Inhaling, dropping your belly, taking your gaze forward. As you exhale, bring your chin towards your chest. moving at your own pace. And coming back into neutral. Doing a lot of upper back today. So I do want to show you this stretch using yoga blocks, and then I'm going to show you using a chair or sofa. So from tabletop, first I want to show you child's pose. So you just shift your weight back into child's pose. You can reach your arms forward. Let your head rest on the mat. If that's not available, some people are tighter. You can use a block to rest your head on. If you have a block, I'm going to show you how to do a forehead massage, and it is so good. So just simply rest your head on your block and then just rock your forehead back and forth. There are some centers on your forehead that is very calming. If you don't have a block, the other thing that you can do with the forehead is just simply bringing your fingertips together and then pull across your forehead. So calming. And another thing I want to show you now, I want to open the shoulders, the chest, using the blocks, and then I'll show you how to do it with the sofa. So we can go into child's pose, bringing the elbows onto the blocks, leaning back, bringing the palms of your hands together. Now, if you don't have blocks available, you can come to a chair, bring your elbows to the chair. If you can't bring your hands together, just put your hands on the mat and just lower the chest. You can do this from a standing position using your kitchen countertop as well. So this opening that we're getting, this is what we're looking for when we're doing downward facing dog. This opening through the front, through the shoulders. Good. And speaking of downward facing dog, coming into your tabletop position, we're going to curl the toes under. Just lift the knees up off of the mat, and that is what we begin with, is the lengthening through the spine. Okay, keeping a bend in the knees, opening through the heart, opening through the shoulders, and while keeping that length in the spine, then you can begin to pedal your heels. But do not sacrifice the length in the spine for the legs. They will start to open and soften. So pedaling the heels here. Think about your four corners of your hands pressing evenly down into the yoga mat. Bringing both heels down towards the floor. Inhale, lifting onto your toes. Exhale, reach the heels down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach the heels down. Bend the knees a lot. Walk your feet forward. Coming into forward fold. So think about the four corners of your feet evenly pressing into the yoga mat. Bending your knees, let your upper body completely relax. You can't even grab your elbows to completely let gravity help lengthen and decompress. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And now as you inhale, start to slowly straighten your legs. But let your upper body stay really heavy. Okay? You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Go super slow. Slower than what you want to go. Let your head remain heavy. Imagine your head is like a bowling ball. Letting the weight of your head decompress and lengthen your cervical spine. Coming into your mountain pose. Okay, so notice your feet. They should be right underneath your knees, and your knees should be right underneath your hip joint. You want your joints stacked. If they're not stacked properly over time, that's where you'll get the wear and tear. So start thinking about that. All four corners pressing into the floor, strong legs. Tuck your tailbone under slightly. Remember, think about that pyramid even when we're standing. And then imagine you've got a zipper on your torso. So you're zipping up all these muscles all the way up, and just imagine you're zipping all the way up to the top of your head. Roll the shoulders forward up towards your ears behind your back. Notice your shoulder blades. Slide them down your back. When you slide your shoulder blades down, your palms are naturally going to face forward. Now lengthen through the top of your head. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to notice how open your lungs feel. All because of your posture. And throughout your day, when you catch yourself, I want you to think about your posture. No matter what you're doing, notice the weight on your feet. Stand up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders forward, up. Slide them down. Now let's bring the hands to heart center. As you inhale, sweep your arms out, opening the chest and the shoulders, up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive forward, long flat back. Coming into a forward fold. Now you can let your head hang. Put a little bend in your knees. Inhale, half lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Lengthen through the spine. Lift your shoulder blades. You're activating your back. Reach out through the top of your head. This is half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now completely relax. Let it hang. Inhale, half lift. Reverse swan dive. Sweep your arms out. Strong legs up overhead. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. You can be on your toes or you can be on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly lower. Flip your feet. Inhale. Slide your elbows underneath the shoulders, palms open, facing down, Sphinx pose. Take some nice deep breaths. Notice what you're feeling in your body. Exhale. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press up onto your hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Lengthening through the spine. Let's take the left foot, sweep it behind. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, step it forward. We're going to set up for warrior one. So your back foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Get your feet set first. Strong legs. Inhale. Sweep your arms up overhead. So in warrior one, we want the hips facing the top of the mat. So you can even put your hands on your hips and see which direction your hips are facing. Facing towards the front Arms are up overhead. Drop the shoulders down and away from your ears. And at the same time, you're reaching out through the top of your head. Now we're going to move into warrior two. So we're going to move the feet so that the front heel lines up with the back heel or lines up with the back arch. Okay, bending into the front knee. So it's right over the ankle. Arms out to shoulder height. Gazing out over the front fingertips. So in this case, the left fingertips. Take your back hand, we're going to rest it on the back leg. Front palm faces up. Inhale, stretch forward, reach it up overhead. Reverse warrior. So now we're either gazing up towards the ceiling or gazing down towards your back foot. So think about this stretch through the left side of the body. Strong legs. Inhale, back to warrior two. Extended side angle. Let's bring that front forearm down to the thigh. Take the back arm, sweep it down. We're going to circle sweep. Bring it right up over the shoulder. You can stay here or you can reach it forward. Try to create a straight line from your ankle all the way through your fingertips. Another option here is to drop that top hand behind your back and try to hook your leg. That's called a bind. It's nice for opening shoulders if that's the goal. As you exhale, we're going to turn towards the mat. Bring your hands down. Inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, you can come back into Sphinx or you can come into a cobra. So cobra is where your back is doing most of the work. Your hands are there to support you. Really engage your glutes and your back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels out, lengthen through the spine. So this time we're going to sweep the opposite foot back. I believe it's the left foot. Nope, it's not. It's the right. Sweep the right foot behind us, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step it forward. See, I turned around so you could see me on both sides and I messed myself up. So you're on the other leg. Get your feet set. There should be, I think of it as a lane between the front foot and the back foot. So they should be separated to help you balance. Get them set. Bend the front knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Drop the shoulders down and away from your ears. Reaching out through the top of your head, warrior one. If you want, you can check in where your hips are at. Hips facing forward. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg and we're going to transition into warrior two. So we do need to move the feet so that the front foot is lined up with the back heel or the arch of the back foot. Sink back into the front knee. Now the hips are turning towards the long side of your yoga mat. Bring your arms out to the sides, shoulder height, gazing out over the right fingertips. Reach tall through the top of your head. Warrior two. You can focus on that breath, breathing that ball of light in through your spine. Take it all the way down to your tailbone and exhale that back up and out through the top of your head. And these difficult poses teach us to stay present, to focus on the breath through the challenging times, staying connected to yourself. So let's drop the back hand down on the back leg, right palm faces up. Inhale, reach forward and then scoop the right hand up overhead, reverse warrior, gazing up under your front arm, We're gazing down towards your back foot. Focus on your breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Let's bring the front forearm down to the front thigh, back, hand sweeps down, forward, bring it right up over the shoulder. You can stay here for extended side angle. You can reach it forward. You can sink into that front leg more, deeper if you'd like. But if you check in with that front leg, the knee should be right over the ankle. We always want to keep the joints stacked to protect our joints. Focus on your breath. As you exhale, turn towards the mat, bring your hands down, place them right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, stepping back into plank from your toes or your knees. Exhale, slowly lower, keeping your elbows close to your body. Inhale, coming into Sphinx, which is elbows on the mat, or coming into Cobra, where you're using your back and your glutes to do most of the lifting. Exhale, slowly lower, hands underneath the shoulders, pressing back into child's pose. So taking your sits bones back towards your heels. You can stack your hands if your forehead doesn't rest. You can make fists, stacking your fists. You can stack your hands like this. Going back to your hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. And then walking your feet forward. Coming into forward fold. Letting your upper body completely relax. Inhale, half lift. Reverse swan dive. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big cleansing breath. We're going to do our balance pose. Holy moly, where does this class go? Today for balance, let's do a figure four today. So you can stand on your mat or off of your mat. If you're off your mat and on a hard floor, it actually makes it a little bit easier to balance. Or you can stand near the wall or a piece of furniture and use one hand if you need that support for the balance. So let's start supporting ourselves with our left foot. So think about the four corners of the left foot growing roots just like a tree, rooting you into the earth. And then let's pick up the right leg and cross it over, making a figure four. Hands at heart center. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you can bring it into a chair pose. So squat into it a little bit. So do whichever version of this pose feels right for you. Wherever you are in this pose, focus on your breath. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. Lengthen out through the top of your head. Root down into the earth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, slow and controlled, we're going to come out of this pose, come back to our mountain pose, and then shake it off. You know, that is the one thing animals do when they get stressed or a life or death situation. They'll shake it off and then they just carry on. And that's something we can do. Shake it off, literally, shake it off. Right foot rooting down into the earth, finding your support through your right leg. Take the left leg, cross it over, hands to heart center. Take your tailbone towards the back of the room as if you're sitting onto a chair. Focus on your breath. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind your back. It does help if you focus your gaze on one spot. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, slow and controlled, we're going to release the pose. Find your way back to the mat and then shake it out. Big cleansing breath. Coming back to the top of your mat, hands at heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into plank. Exhale, slowly lower. All the way down. Take your hands down by your sides. Palms are facing up. Now you can lift just your legs, you can lift just your arms, or you can lift both. For locust pose, on an inhale, lift either legs or arms or all of the above and reach towards the back of the room. Lift and reach. Engaging all of the backside. Your back, your glutes, your legs. Focus on your breathing. Notice that gentle rocking sensation when you do that. One more. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, slowly lower. Let's stack the hands under your forehead. Rest your forehead. Bend your knees. Let your feet gently sway from side to side. Bringing your hands under the shoulders, pressing up onto your hands and knees. Now you may need to turn on your yoga mat so that you can separate your knees nice and wide. Take your toes and point them away from you. And then, if it's available, come down on your elbows. This is a real big hip opener here. If you want more of a stretch, take your tailbone down towards your heels. If you want less, you shift towards the top of your mat. So find your hip opener for you. Remember, it should be nice and gentle. We're never forcing. We're going to shift our weight forward to release. Bring your knees back together. Coming onto hands and knees, we're going to do a couple of circles here with the knees. Just do 3 in each direction. Think about the socket. Okay, you're creating movement in this joint. Free movement here. And then switch sides. Switch directions. Finding your way on to your back. Just slowly lower if you'd like to. Reach your arms forward, knees are bent. Lower as slowly as you can. Knees are bent. Right foot is rooted on the floor. Inhale, lifting your, sorry, I did it opposite. Left foot on the mat, right foot reaches towards the ceiling, cross the right foot over, making a figure 4. And if this is enough, you can stay right here. If there's more available, you can go deeper. You can reach through, grab the back of your left thigh or even the left shin. As you exhale, bring the left knee in towards the body. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, and breathe into it. Slowly releasing with your hands. But let the right ankle slide up over the knee, slide it down until your ankles are crossed, and then reach and grab your feet, giving yourself a hug. If your feet aren't available, grab your knees or whatever you can get a hold of, bringing them in for a nice little hug. If it feels good, you can gently rock from side to side, or you can do circles. If you're doing circles, switch directions. Okay, release the feet. Bring the right foot down to the mat. Inhale, reaching your left foot towards the ceiling. Cross the left foot over. You can stay here, or you can reach through, grab behind the right leg or the right shin. Flex your feet first. And as you exhale, bring the right knee in towards the chest. So think about your spine. It's long and flat because you're laying on the back, but even reaching tall through the top of your head. Gently drawing the right knee in. Now focusing on your breath. Breathing into any tension or resistance you're feeling in your body. Imagine you're bringing light into that area. As you exhale, imagine it melting and draining into the floor, draining into the earth. Slowly releasing the hands, let the left foot slide up and over, coming down the right shin until your ankles are crossed. Reach through, grab your feet. If that's available, give yourself a nice little hug. Gently rocking from side to side or doing circles. And then let go of the feet, uncross the ankles. Let's hold on to the right knee, extend the left leg on the yoga mat. Right hand out to the side, preparing for a spinal twist. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the right knee across the body, gazing over the left fingertips. Gentle spinal twist from the base of your skull all the way down to your tailbone. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's switch legs. Left hand out to the side, inhale. As you exhale, bring the left knee across the body, taking your gaze over the left fingertips. Gentle spinal twist from the base of your skull all the way down to your tailbone. Inhale, coming back to center. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Fill yourself with love, gratitude, appreciation. Your body has been working for you since you were inside your mother's womb. That's been its only job, is to take care of you. It is working for you. Give it love, appreciation, and then slowly release, finding your final Shavasana pose. So extending your legs on your mat, front feet falling towards the front corners of your mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under. And when you do that, feel the opening through the chest, through the shoulders. Hands are down by your sides. Palms are facing up. As long as that's comfortable for you, putting you in a receptive mode. And there's absolutely nothing for you to be doing right now. Just enjoy this powerful state of being, which is this return to your true self. Your connection with your higher self, with the divine. And just simply allow yourself to be in a receptive mode. And I just have some gentle chimes I'm going to be doing that while we're in our final resting pose, and just let the sound move through your body. You can start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing your awareness back into the room. And taking your arms overhead for a really good stretch if that feels good, reaching out through your hands, reaching out through your feet, creating length and space in your body. And slowly rolling to your side, using the strength of your arms to bring yourself back up into easy pose. Hands down by your sides. As you inhale, sweep your arms up, gathering all the unconditional love and support that is always around you. It is always there. Gather it, palms together, draw it down into your heart, down into your mind, into your body, into your life. It's always been there for you. And as you feel into this energy of your truth, knowing you are always enough. You always have been, you always will be. And there is something unique and special about you that resonates with your people. So knowing that when you are in that space and I am in that space, we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.